The PSP threw punches, cast spells, and pulled off screen-filling finishers with flair. Long before mobile games got serious, this pocket beast delivered fighting titles that felt console-worthy. From legendary arcade ports to anime-fueled chaos and cross-franchise smackdowns, it packed every flavor of combat you could ask for. Whether you were parrying with precision or button-mashing in glorious desperation, these games gave you a front-row seat to portable mayhem. So get ready to revisit the fiercest, flashiest, and flat-out fun brawlers that made the PSP a handheld legend. Let the countdown to carnage officially begin. Tekken 6. When global corporations start throwing hands like they're in an anime crossover special, you know it's not your average corporate drama. This saga takes us deep into a world where father-son grudges explode into all-out world wars, and androids with detachable heads are considered casual allies. What starts as a typical fighting tournament quickly escalates into a continent-hopping mission with more plot twists than a telenovela. You follow a stylish, amnesiac soldier who may or may not be a Mishima love child, teaming up with a sassy robot sidekick to unravel a conspiracy so dense even Netflix would need a flowchart. Combat-wise, think meaty juggles, smashable floors, rage-infused power-ups, and flashy finishers that practically scream anime finale. The new rage system turns your lowest HP moment into a fireworks show of fury, and the PSP somehow nails the weighty punches, breakable walls, and hyper-polished character models without breaking a sweat. Sure, the campaign might feel like a Yakuza game having an identity crisis, but that beat-em-up flavor adds a juicy layer of chaos to the crispy arcade batter. It's big, it's bold, and it's a beautifully crammed brawl fest in your pocket. Perfect for long commutes or short bursts of unfiltered button-mashing therapy.
You can do nothing to stop me!
Get lost.
Battle 1. Fight!
To your knees!
Soulcalibur, Broken Destiny. Ever wanted to see a Greek god uppercut a French dandy through a stone temple while yelling in rage? Welcome to a dimension where chaos, swords, and over-the-top outfits rule supreme. The plot here, loosely tied together by a tutorial mode so dramatic it might as well win an Oscar for best use of an AI combat coach. But don't expect canon lore. This tale's strictly here to help you learn the ropes, parry the impossible, and block like your pride depends on it. Combat stays tight, flashy, and wildly responsive, borrowing all the right moves from its console older sibling. You'll dive into attack trials that rank your aggression, defense trials that test your reflexes, and a merciless, endless mode where survival is just another Tuesday. And the best part, you can do it all with a fully customized warrior dressed like a fashion disaster from medieval Burning Man. Bonus points if you give them a goofy name and even go full God of War with Kratos, because yes, he's totally here ripping through enemies with his chain blades and making everyone else look like amateurs. A pocket-sized, weapon-clashing arena that's pure, chaotic perfection for the portable warrior in you. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max. Before each battle even begins, you've got to pick your flavor of pain, whether it's balanced chaos, turbocharged beatdowns, or free-form combo art school. Welcome to the land of isms, where your fists don't just fly, they philosophize. A-ism brings classic super move flair, X-ism is for raw power junkies who think defense is for cowards, and V-ism? That's where combo connoisseurs paint their masterpieces one frame at a time. The roster here is as chunky as a 90s phone book, pulling in faces from across the Capcom multiverse, whether you're throwing sonic booms with Guile, pile driving with Zangief, or backflipping with Ibuki's cousins. Every fighter brings unique frame data depending on the style you choose, meaning there's a mini science lab of destruction behind each button press. Toss in a depleting guard power gauge that punishes you for being too block happy, and you've got a brawler that rewards aggression with flair. And on PSP, it's shockingly smooth. World Tour mode spices things up with RPG-like stat buffs and training quests that make your fighter even more unreasonably awesome. Street fighting has never been this stylish, strategic, or absurdly portable. Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. Imagine stepping into a tournament where the drama is hotter than the lava pits, and even the bears have personal vendettas. The world's most dysfunctional family feud rages on with extra seasoning, new characters, rebalanced moves, and a dojo full of ghosts that won't stop flexing their win streaks. Whether you're a French heiress throwing kicks to save her father's wallet, or a cold-faced Russian agent punching his way to a secret mission, every fighter's got baggage, and it's all carry-on for the PSP. Think of it as the director's cut with extra flavor. New ranks, new stages with remix beats, and polar bear fur for Kuma, because why not? The combat is buttery smooth at 60 frames per second. So fluid it feels illegal on a handheld. And if you thought playing against AI was boring, Tekken Dojo mode lets you battle ghost data from players around the world, each with their own quirks and unpredictable strategies. Add in Gold Rush for cash-grabbing chaos, Tekken Bowl for some offbeat arcade relief, and enough costume options to rival a cosplay convention. Portable pugilism doesn't get more polished than this. Gloves on, pride up.
Long ago, a fierce battle was fought. Friendships were tested, passions flared, loyalties were invoked.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Impact. When ninjas start yelling the names of their jutsus louder than rock band vocals and leaping off walls mid-fight, you know things are about to get wonderfully chaotic. This portable shinobi showdown brings the high-flying, substitution jutsu-packed insanity of the anime right into your hands, and it doesn't hold back. The battles explode with flashy special moves, transformation sequences, and dramatic slow-motion finishers that would make even Itachi raise an eyebrow. These fights are strategic, fast-paced, and packed with enough chakra to power a village. You'll unlock dozens of iconic characters, each with their signature moves, from Rasengans and Chidori slashes to puppet traps and sand tsunamis. There's story progression that tracks through major arcs, versus battles that feel ripped from the anime, and challenge missions to keep even Jonin-level fighters busy. Best of all, the PSP entries in this legendary series deliver smooth performance, detailed cel-shaded visuals, and voiceovers that feel pulled straight from a Shonen Jump episode. Darkstalkers Chronicle, the Chaos Tower. You know things are about to get freaky when a Sasquatch, a succubus, a rockstar zombie, and a fishman all walk into a gothic bar and start throwing hands. Welcome to the monster mash of your dreams, or nightmares, where classic horror meets arcade chaos in a glorious throwback buffet of Capcom's finest freak show. This fighting game is a spooky-themed greatest hits compilation with claws, capes, and way too many bat wings. Kombat lets you cherry-pick your fighting style from 5 different arcade games, like you're browsing through a cursed buffet menu, each one with its own movesets, balance quirks, and musical flavor. You want the OG Darkstalkers rules? Go for it. Prefer Vampire Savior's faster pace? Step right up. It's all here, stitched together like Frankenstein's monster, except way more stylish. Each character brings their original endings, moves, and personality quirks, making every bout feel like a nostalgia trip through a neon-lit haunted house. Oh, and that Chaos Tower mode? It's like a challenge tower where you climb your way through progressively tougher weirdos. It's ghoulishly good and bizarrely balanced. Portable horror brawling has never been this stylish, or this gloriously undead. Mortal Kombat Unchained. Screams are crisper, the blood sprays finer, and your favorite Outworld warlords are now squished into your pocket. This portable brawler doesn't just bring the fight, it drags it to the Netherrealm and back with every spine-shattering punch. What began as a full-throttle console slugfest has been carefully distilled into pure mobile mayhem, and yes, Shao Kahn and Goro are finally out of the GameCube-only cage and ready to stomp skulls. Want to fight with Frost, Kitana, Jax, Blaze? They're all here from the jump. No tedious unlocking, no crypt-hopping nonsense. Just choose your warrior and get to work. Fatalities hit just as hard as you remember, and even if the PSP's D-pad makes thumb gymnastics a bit of a challenge, nothing beats the satisfaction of dismembering your pals via ad hoc wireless. And if you're feeling brave, Endurance mode will chew you up and spit you out. Wave after wave of fighters with no breathers, no mercy, and zero chill. There's a plot somewhere involving soul control and Armageddon buildup, but let's be real, you're here to uppercut people into spike pits and showboat with brutal finishers. Combat may be unchained, but the carnage is tightly packed and savagely satisfying.
Game day, punk, and you about to take one for the team.
You can't stop me, son!
Def Jam Fight for NY the Takeover. Where else can you body slam Method Man, roundhouse kick Ludacris, and then drop a pipe-wielding blazing move while the crowd cheers like it's Friday night at the club? This street-level showdown mashes together hip-hop swagger and underground fighting grit in a way that makes most traditional fighters look like kindergarten recess. It's not just about fists, it's about flair, flow, and flexin' with diamond-encrusted knuckle dusters while your hype rating climbs. The gameplay? A delicious five-way style buffet, martial arts for the acrobats, wrestling for the suplex addicts, submissions for the limb twisters, kickboxing for the pain by legs crowd, and street fighting for anyone who solves problems with furniture. You can even mix and match up to 3 styles like a custom-built brawler Frankenstein. The crowd's not just there for decoration either. They'll jump in, throw weapons, or literally hold your opponent in place while you turn them into a mural.
Fight!
Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai. When hell literally opens up and the dead start popping back like it's a multiversal zombie rave, you know Goku and friends are in for another day of punching ghosts into the next dimension. The story mode, dubbed Dragon Road, doesn't just retell the Fusion Reborn movie, it recharges it with player choices that branch the chaos in directions even King Yemma couldn't predict. Brawl in the fiery ruins of the afterlife, or trade energy blasts in Earth's open skies, the action hits harder than a fusion dance gone wrong. Between arcade mode's ladder of 10 fights for Dragon Balls, time attack races, and a survival mode that just won't quit, you'll be sweating through your orange gi in no time. And for the fashionably competitive, profile cards let you track your wins, customize your vibe, and flex your power level in wireless battles. It's portable power fantasy with enough ki to blow your PSP battery into another timeline.
It's such a pain, but I'll play with you.
The wheel of fate is turning. Wiggle, 1, action!
BlazBlue Continuum Shift 2. When stylish rebels, magic scientists, and talking cats start dueling with reality-warping swords in a world powered by something called the Boundary, you know you've stepped into peak anime chaos. Set after a city-shattering incident that everyone's still gossiping about like it was yesterday's Twitter trend, the plot thickens with a brooding protagonist, secret organizations, clones, and enough edge to cut a steel beam. But let's talk fights. This 2D battler is a tactical playground where your heat gauge fuels supernova-style attacks called distortion drives and screen-shattering astral heats. Block too much, you'll run out of guard primers and get crushed. Literally. Want to save yourself? Break Burst to the rescue. But use it wisely or kiss your defense goodbye. Every fighter has a distinct gimmick. Time loops, magnetism, puppet control, or just raw punch-you-to-the-moon energy. It's flashy, it's fast, and every round feels like the climax of a shonen anime. And yes, the PSP version manages to squeeze all that spectacle into your palms without nuking the frame rate. Pure madness, pure magic.
Let's introduce tonight's fighter!
Fight Night Round 3. If your idea of finesse involves ducking a left hook and returning fire with a haymaker that rattles someone's ancestors, then this is your digital boxing nirvana. This one brings the pain with no HUD by default, meaning you've got to actually watch your opponent's face to see if they're about to collapse or if they're just ugly. Blood, sweat, and the occasional tooth fly with every punch, and yes, your fighter's face will morph into a Picasso painting if you forget how to block. The impact punch system makes every well-timed uppercut feel like you just dropped a brick in a sock. Add in slow-mo knockdowns, sweat bead physics, and ESPN Classic matches, and suddenly, every round feels like you're auditioning for an HBO special. Career mode even lets you climb the ranks like a scrappy underdog, on a mission to headline pay-per-view bouts and flex for sponsors. And, in a bizarre but welcome twist, you can pit featherweights against heavyweights just because... why not? Let Bernard Hopkins slap around Butterbean. It's your weird exhibition now. On PSP, it's tight, responsive, and smooth as a ringside suit. If you're looking for portable pugilism with real punch, step into this ring.
Charge. One. Are you ready?
Power Stone Collection. Somewhere between a Saturday morning cartoon and a bar fight inside a treasure chest, a group of eccentric warriors throw down in 3D arenas filled with tables, bombs, and flying furniture. This is a no-holds-barred treasure hunt, where one moment you're a bare-knuckle boxer, and the next you've transformed into a flame-throwing Iron Man knockoff, or a literal mad clown launching saw blades. Welcome to the most chaotic, colorful, and wildly unpredictable fighting experience you can carry in your pocket. Every brawl turns into a battle royale for 3 glowing Power Stones. Snag all of them, and your character transforms into a super-powered alter ego, capable of unleashing screen-clearing specials that feel ripped straight from a shonen anime. Stages are fully 3D and interactive. Walls can be climbed, chairs can be hurled, and unlucky fighters can be knocked clean out of existence with environmental finishers. And on PSP, both original games come bundled together with unlockable characters, multiplayer mayhem via ad hoc, and enough zany power-ups to make Mario Kart jealous. It's the kind of game where a pirate, a ninja, a chef, and a psychic fortune teller settle their differences with rocket punches and chandeliers. Total mayhem, total brilliance.
Heaven or hell? Duo. One, let's rock.
Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus. When your fighting game opens with a clash against a shady government bureau, a mad scientist named Crow, and a clone project based on a guilt-racked galactic war criminal, you know you've entered that high-octane anime territory where guitars are sacred and every punch needs a theme song. The plot? Somewhere between a space opera and a heavy metal concept album. The gameplay? Pure butter smooth, frame-perfect madness with combos that melt your thumbs. It tweaks the mechanics from its predecessor and slams down new content like a flaming sword drop. Fully voiced story mode with over 300 branching scenarios, returning legends like Justice and Cliff, tag team 3v3 brawls on PSP because why not? And the mission mode that'll make you question your life choices. Survival mode now lets you level up between matches, because fighting 100 maniacs in a row just wasn't hard enough without RPG stats. Each character plays like they're starring in their own anime arc, complete with insane special moves and dialogue that probably deserves its own fan wiki.
Ready? Fight!
When your roster explodes to 84 soul-reaping warriors and your newest game mode lets 4 lunatics go full Bankai at the same time, you know it's not just another day in Karakura Town. Welcome to the most overstuffed, overpowered, and overly dramatic chapter yet, where you can finally answer burning questions like, what if Baragon and Stark ganged up on Ukiura and Hollow Ichigo in a fiery rooftop brawl with Alan the Kaiju crashing the party? The 4-player Chaos Mode is wild enough to turn your PSP into a smoke machine. And yes, you'll fight skyscraper-sized enemies like Yami mid-rage fit, because subtlety is not on the Bleach menu. The combat's fast, flashy, and smoother than a Shumpo sidestep, with transformations baked right into the fight so you can shift into full Hollow Ichigo mid-combo and go full anime meltdown. New characters like Muramasa and Segunda Etapa Ukiura are the cherry on top of a game that feels like Bleach's ultimate fan service fever dream. With smooth visuals and high-speed clashes that would give even Kenpachi a headache, this is handheld Shinigami warfare at its wildest.
Hey, Tifa? You figure they all made it to Cosmos by now?
I guess they could have. You must be tired, huh?
Of course I am.
Imagine every Final Fantasy character you've ever loved, or been emotionally wrecked by, ripped from their worlds, thrown into a cosmic turf war, and told to punch destiny in the face until the gods get bored. This is a multiverse opera where Lightning leads a party, Sephiroth flexes, and Onion Knight dodges existential dread with stylish footwork. You'll bounce between dramatic 1v1 duels and party-based world map exploration that feels like a mini RPG trapped inside a chaos blender. The real meat is in the battle system. Bravery attacks drain your enemy's ability to hurt you, and HP attacks deliver the final slap, after you've stolen all their confidence. Then come the flashy EX modes, where you transform mid-fight and break reality like a fireworks finale. The new assist system lets you call in a buddy mid-battle for a tactical save or cinematic beatdown, giving you a tag team twist that keeps matches from ever feeling predictable. You'll traverse 3D overworlds, fight ghostly mannequins, seal portals, and dive into dozens of story arcs, including a prequel, a full remake of the original game, and a bonus nightmare mode where you literally punch time itself. It's high drama, high damage, and high fantasy, all in your pocket. 15 games, countless punches, and one truly underrated handheld. This list proves the PSP was a fighting game paradise in your pocket. Doesn't matter if you were slashing through anime showdowns, trading fists in gritty arenas, or chaining together ridiculous air combos, these titles brought heat everywhere from buses to bedrooms. They all hold up even today, not just as nostalgia, but as legit fighting fun. So one thing's clear, that the fight never stopped on PSP. Now go on, charge that battery. You've got some combos to throw.
Fight!